Alright, hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sugar and Spikes podcast. So today is a sequel to our Martini Monday video, and what happens now is it's just a special edition podcast where it's going to be just me kind of either continuing on with the Martini Monday topic that I talked about on the Facebook, or like my Facebook Live, or I'll be kind of riffing off of something else that, popped up, is kind of connected but not really, on topic with what was on Facebook. So today, that is all about the stories that we tell ourselves. And this is something that I've been really thinking about, not just today, but for the whole month of September. And, I don't know if you guys know this, but September is all about like suicide prevention and awareness, and there's a lot of like mental health focus throughout the month. And that's something that's really near and dear to my heart because, like, I was a teenager growing up in the 90s. Like, I dealt with a ton of shit, and that shit influenced my life course and what I thought I wanted to be. Like, I wanted to be a psychologist so I could help connect with adolescents and do all these things. And, I'm totally veering off topic, but so suicide, mental health, all these things are really important. And so on my Facebook Live, circling it back around, we need to respect our stories and everything that we've gone through in order to treat them more than a sales tool, more than something that we just reference, but also like not only are the stories something that are really useful to us, there's kind of a flip side to stories that it's not really talked about very often, and that's the stories that we tell ourselves and the things that we kind of bite into. And what I mean around that is like the things that go on in our brains and our minds when it's kind of either just us or when we're getting ready to do something that makes us nervous. Like it's the inner monologue, right? So our stories aren't only things that we've experienced, but things that are continuously playing through our brains. And the thing is so often it's easy to come up with these giant visions and these huge goals, and it's so great, but then when we go to implement them, we get stuck. And the things that stick are like the things that cause kind of like the stickiness are the stories in our heads. Like, what if I get laughed at? What if this isn't good enough? What if it's awful? Like, I'm going to pick something that's pretty innocuous, like running. I spent years trying to develop a passion for running and to really develop like a runner mindset, if you will. And one thing that I realized was for so long, like going into running, I was like, it would take forever, it's going to be awful, it'll be 3 minutes, but it'll feel like 3 hours, all these things, right? And I would enter into runs like that, and what do you think would happen? It would be awful. It would feel like it was taking forever. All these things that I told myself, right? So what happens if we flip the script? Like, switching it from running, but going up for a promotion. Like, I'm never going to qualify for that. My boss is going to see all these things that I did wrong, X, Y, and Z, right? Like, we focus on the negative. But what happens if we take that and just really go for the positive and the best case scenario? Because I know, like, when I'm telling myself like an inner monologue and I'm telling myself stories, like I end up focusing on like legit worst case scenarios. Like, not what's likely to happen, but the worst possible thing that could happen, right? But what would happen if I started telling myself, like, the best things? Like, this run is going to be amazing. I'm going to have my fastest time. It's going to be great. I'm going to, like, totally crush it. You know, things like that. Or I'm going to go up for this promotion, and my boss isn't just going to give me this increased raise in salary, but I'm going to get this title and this extra support staff and all these other things, right? Like, what would happen? How would we feel if we stopped in our tracks and just changed the story to be the complete opposite? And the thing is like, if you follow the manifestation idea, or if you even agree with the basic concept that like your thoughts equal energy, which is true, like they do, that's basic science. Because to think, like, it requires your neurons to fire and all these things. Like, your thoughts equal energy at a basic level. So what would happen if you stopped putting the energy into the negative what ifs and channeled that energy into the more positive what ifs? Like, just think for a second. Like, I'm doing that right now, and I'm thinking about what would happen if all of my thoughts and all of my concerns were flipped, and all of that extra energy suddenly became positive energy in my life. Like, that's really huge. So that's all I have for today, and it really doesn't connect with my Martini Monday topic at all, but whatever. Like I said, this is a bonus, and it can be something that I just thought of and couldn't really connect to, and that's what happened today. So, if you're interested in kind of the topic that sparked this idea, spoiler, it's all about what happens when the universe comes at you and it's complete bullshit. Go check out my Facebook Live. You can find me at Des W Ms. MBA across the social media. Facebook, Insta, Twitter. I'm there. You can also find all of those links at my website, which is DesireeW.com. And that will be kind of the easiest way to get a hold of me. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Super quick, super easy. Take a second, think about what happened if you stopped worrying about like the worst case scenario and flip the script, turn it into the best case scenario, and think about just the scientific energy that would be changed behind that. It's crazy. Go choose one thing. That's my challenge to you. Choose one topic. I don't mean your entire life. I don't mean even like all of the work things. I mean one tiny thing. Maybe it's a project that you're nervous to get started on. Choose one tiny thing. Flip the script. Change the energy. Let me know in the comments about how it goes. And I will talk to you guys later. Alright. Bye.